of our tractors, about 28% bigger than our previous tractor.
Okay, so this tractor cab is really, really big. Now, I read once that the industry leader has a 100 cubic foot cab. Is that true?
It's somewhere around 100 cubic feet.
Okay, and then this one's bigger than that?
Yeah, this is 116 and a half cubic feet.
116 and a half cubic feet. So that's 16 and a half cubic feet. You know what? I just talked to a farmer over here, farms 4,000 acres. He's saying 16 cubic feet, that's like 30 cents of my real estate. Big whoop. What's the difference, 16 cubic feet?
Yeah, as a number, it doesn't make much sense.
No, it doesn't.
But if you see this box over here,
The thing that looks like an outhouse.
that's the one.
Okay, tell me about that.
All right, that is 16 cubic feet.
Wait a minute. You mean tell me that our tractors are this much bigger than the competitors?
Yes, and if you open it and get in there, it's big enough for you.
I just went to the restroom.
Hey, but that's the place for you right now.
Okay, thank you, Raleigh. Hey, it's really big in here.
Yes, it is.
I can't find the steering wheel.
Yeah, but just think of that. If you can fit in that 16 cubic feet, we have people in the cabs already. That means you can also fit in that cab with them.
Okay, so it's 16 cubic feet. That's really big. That's good. You know, I was looking at this Luke guy over here. He looks like a farmer to me. He's kind of a husky guy. Probably the kind of guy that can throw grain sacks around. It looks like he's pretty comfortable in there. He's stretched out.
If you notice, he's stretched out. See, he reaches his arms out this way, folks. That's 5.5 feet from glass to glass.
All right.
It doesn't seem like much when you got a wingspan like this, but when you get in that cab, it is.
Okay, and it looks like there's not a lot of obstructions on the floor.
No, it's a completely flat platform.
That's good. Doesn't hurt your knees because, you know, my farmer over here is 50 years old. I mean, let's face it, he's no spring chicken. I mean, he needs to be comfortable when he's in there.
Yeah, he does.
That's right. So, okay, this is a real comfortable tractor. Is there anything else about these cabs that's noteworthy?
Yeah.
Looks like there's a lot of good vision because, like, when I help my neighbor farm, a lot of times I run into stuff, and I always say, oh, not good vision up here, but I won't have that excuse with these, will I?
If you notice, there's 4 posts on this cab, and they're strategically placed. That way you can see nearly 360-degree view. There's nothing obstructing your view as you farm.
Okay, so it's really, really roomy. It's got good vision. Anything else we should know about this cab?
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Okay. I think that you were going to tell me something because this reminds me. I'm just going to tell you a little joke. You guys like farmer jokes? Yeah? All right. Old farmer's driving his pickup truck down the road. Sheriff pulls him over. Says, Farmer Brown, do you realize that 3 miles back your wife fell out of the pickup truck? He said, oh, thank God. There for a minute I thought I'd gone deaf. And I think that brings us to the next point.
Yes, it does.
The next point, tell me about this cab because I heard it's real quiet.
It is. It's one of the quietest cabs in the industry. It has 70 dBA. Now, 70 decibels means nothing to you, but just to prove a point.
All right, let me just interrupt here because 70 decibels might not mean much because they always talk about the sound and the decibels. A normal conversation is 60 decibels. So if I'm just talking to you, 60 decibels. If you're a little bit older and you ran the 40-20 too much, plowing in the old days, and you're at the coffee shop with 3-year-old buddies, you're probably talking more like this anyhow. So I'm guessing that 70 decibels is about like where we're talking right now, okay? That's 70 decibels right like that, okay. And that's the noise in these tractors?
If you notice, I'll call Luke's name. Luke. Hello, Luke. Luke.
Luke!
Luke.
Luke! All right, he can't hear us.
It's none of that. He can't hear.
All right, so they're really, really quiet. Is there anything else we ought to know? Because I read once that some of these guys get beat around and they can't work 15, 16-hour days like they want to because the tractor's just beating them up too much.
Yeah, it does. We actually have cab suspension that's an option on this, along with triaxle suspension on our tractor.
Now, wait a minute. Cab suspension. Tell me about that because someone told me that you're the only manufacturer with cab suspension.
We are. We're on a 4-point mounted cab suspension. On the go.
All right, so this tractor right here, this Challenger, doesn't have cab suspension. It'd be similar to any of the tractors these fellows have operated?
Any of you want to have a tractor with no suspension today, we're going to show you what happens when he drives this tractor across.
Yeah, he's going to drive across here. These are speed bumps, right? Like if you're driving down the road?
Yeah, what these are showing here, you can set them on 38 roads.
Go again.
And on 38 roads, if you're chiseling across this field,
Okay.
this shows right here, you'll see him go across.
Well, because they look like speed bumps to me. I think you ought to go again.
Well,
I guess we're not going to get him to go again. This in here has cab suspension?
yeah, this has triaxle and cab suspension. Now he's going to make a couple rounds so you can see. If you watch the cab itself, right where it meets the fuel tank,
Yeah.
you'll see it actually moves.
It looked like that cab was really, really comfortable because it was moving like this. You think he can go again?
Yeah, he go again.
All right. Now, it looks like it doesn't move at all.
Now watch carefully if you move. Get around the side there. We'll bring it back around one more time.
Okay, so that cab moves up and down like this, makes it real, real comfortable. That way, you know, like you're not going to get beat up. If you ever...
A lot of people have like a seat that keeps them comfortable. But with our cab, we're able to stop the cab. The cab can move and react, not just the seat itself.
I was just thinking to myself, Raleigh, because I'm not a very smart guy. Like if I ever was driving my tractor and I was going over a lot of speed bumps, that'd come in handy. But I don't drive my tractor over speed bumps very much.
No, you don't. But many of these people in this audience have done. They plow the field, and a field is not always flat.
Okay. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? Looks comfortable to you? Okay. Because you know what? If your wife ever kicked you out and you had to move into this thing, it's big, it's comfortable, it moves like this, you could stay in there for weeks, couldn't you? You might have to. Okay. Tell me a little bit about what we're looking at right here, my friend Raleigh.
What we're going to do is we're going to simulate the cab moving up and down for you to show you the full range of motion. It has 4 inches of total motion, 2 inches up and 2 inches down.
Okay. So that's these yellow lines right here is what I'm told, right? And so that thing moves? And so this tractor's the only one on the market that has that cab suspension that does that, right? Okay. Makes them real comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Okay. Good.
Just not sitting there.
So I was just thinking, like, you know, when that might come in handy, I mean, besides the speed bumps.
Well, not only speed bumps, but if you're any application or operation, whether you're tilling, pulling a disc, driving down the road, transport, or
Well,
playing.
and if you're more comfortable, you can stay in there for like 16 hours a day and get your harvest done, right? I mean, let's face it, these people only work 6 weeks a year. They want to be comfortable for that 6 weeks a year, right?
They get with you to Arizona, right?
I got to pick on farmers, folks. That's why I'm here. 3 biggest decisions that farmers make around my part of the world: when to plant, when to harvest, and whether to drive through or around Atlanta.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right. We're ready to talk now a little bit about something else, but I got to go ahead. I got to